All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the WeBook It podcast. Let's start the show.
Yo, what's up, WeBook It fam? This is your boy, Big Daddy C, coming at you with another episode of the All Elite Recap Show, where we break down all the events from AEW Dynamite, as well as Collision. However, this week there was no episode of Collision, so we'll just be breaking down the all the drama and the action from this week's AEW special episode, special 300th episode of AEW Dynamite. So it was a big night. Another milestone in AEW. So kicking off the show, we had a promo between Hangman Adam Page and Jon Moxley. So basically, Hangman comes out there, basically declaring that Jon Moxley needed to kill him to stop him from taking that AEW World Championship. He challenged him to a Texas death match at All In Texas. Moxley will come out there with Marina Shafir and basically question whether or not he said no, essentially. And he questioned whether or not Hangman really wanted the match. He felt like he basically said he doesn't think that Hangman wanted the match. Like he's not willing to go. He's not willing to go all the way to do anything to win the championship. And so Hangman Adam Page will eventually slap Jon Moxley and cause them a brawl. Here comes Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli and Shafir for the save. But eventually he got back up. Hangman Adam Page would, he would get back up and fight his way off. And then he taunted Claudio Castagnoli. Is like, hey, that's the best you got? That's all you got? Like, you hitting like a bitch. Like, what's up, bro? Like, what's up? What we doing? Like that's like, you got to do more than that to bring me down, my guy. I'm still standing. And so Claudio Castagnoli, he tried to come back to the ring with a chair, boy, but Samoa Joe walked up, and then the rest of the ops came up there, to join him. And so they pretty much just protected Hangman in this segment here. Paige did get a hold of the briefcase because Marina Shafir ended up dropping the briefcase in the ring because she tried to, she had tried to attack him earlier. And so he finally convinced Jon Moxley to agree to the stipulation for the Texas Death Match at All In. And then Hangman was like, "Oh, so you say you don't think I'm going to go all the way? Y'all don't have what it takes to really dig down deep and really take it there. But if you need a reminder, let me show you." And he proceeds to give Shafir the craziest buckshot lariat, man. And man, it felt good. Equal opportunity, man. It's like I love it. I love it when a woman takes the bumps, like true bumps, from the guys, man, taking the finishers, man. I love it. It's amazing to see. So just see her get hit with a buckshot lariat, I love it. And also, if for those who have forgotten, the whole reminder, Jon Moxley and Hangman Adam Page have had a Texas Death Match before, so they've been down this road. This will not be their first rodeo here, and so can't wait to see this part two, that Texas Death Match between these guys. So All In is going to be a massacre, bro. Like I cannot wait for this. And so right after that, let me see here. So next up, we had our first match of the night. We had the TBS Championship between Mercedes Moné and Marina Shirakawa. And so right off the back, Mercedes Moné, she had to deal with a unrelenting attack from Marina Shirakawa. Barely, like, it was a lot of back and forth, but Mina was kicking some ass. But eventually Mercedes Moné would win the match with a small package. And so she escaped there. After the match, Mercedes Moné would attack Marina Shirakawa from behind. And Tony Storm would come in to make the save. And I believe Tony was on commentary. But then eventually she had a back turn, and Mercedes Moné would catch her with the TBS Championship to the back of the head. And then Mercedes Moné would taste the cake and champagne that she had at their ringside. And so before throwing the drink in the face of Luther. And so this was a solid match. Just makes you, it just builds the anticipation for Tony and Mercedes Moné coming up at All In. And so next up we had let me see here. We had a fatal four-way match for the number 2 spot in the men's casino gauntlet. As we know, Mark Briscoe earned that number 1 spot last week. And so MJF, they had the fatal four-way match between MJF, AR Fox, Anthony Bowens, and Brody King. It was pretty solid. I like the 4 combatants in this match. They're all respectable and they're all right. And so MJF, of course, he's gonna treat any match like an easy fight, but he damn near lost on several occasions. And it's crazy for a match. But ultimately he would reign supreme, as most of us would expect him to. He caught AR Fox with the Salt of the Earth submission. And then that's how he was able to win the match. After the match, Mark Briscoe would arrive to ask MJF to meet him in the ring next week for a little talk before their clash at All In Texas. And so eventually Jet Speed would come out there for a fight. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin pretty much beat the hell out of them, like several times, and then they just kept getting back up. It kind of reminded you of that moment with Jeff Hardy and the Undertaker when he was like Big Evil on Monday Night Raw. They had the ladder match, and Undertaker pretty much just beat the ever living fuck out of Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy just kept getting up, and eventually Undertaker had to give in and shake his hand like, God damn, bro, you one hell of a kid, man. You just don't give up. And so it was a more of a respect factor in that moment compared to what happened tonight. Kevin Knight grabbed the microphone, basically challenged Shelton Benjamin to a match in Collision. So there's a Collision this week. Okay, all right. It just wasn't it wasn't yesterday because I'm recording this on a Friday right now. But yeah, they so he basically said your mom raised you or whatever because you hit like a bitch or something like that. He was pulling out all the punches, man. He was pulling out all the punches. And he challenged Shelton Benjamin to a match on Collision. So I believe that will be Saturday, which is weird. I don't know if they're still doing it on Saturdays because the pay-per-view is this week. Yeah, I think it's still next weekend. That's right. And so it'll be this Saturday at Collision that they have their fight. And so MJF did tease making a mockery of the the fatal four-way, but obviously he showed what he could do against AEW's best workhorses, and so yeah, man, I'm ready for this Casino Gauntlet match, man. It's a lot of great stuff is building up here, and so next up we had this. So they had, in addition to this being a 300th episode of AEW Dynamite, they had like a little promotion partnership with the Superman film. And so they did this whole heroes versus villains thing. So anytime it's like tag team matches, they had I think maybe two of them where it's heroes versus villains. So the heels versus the baby faces. So the first match we had in that regard was Young Bucks and Takeshita versus Bandido and Paragon. So this is a good 6-man matchup, 6-man tag team matchup. Young Bucks and Takeshita look like a well-oiled machine, man. They were just holding their own and pretty much running this match. And so it was ultimately like, Bandido and Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, they fought valiantly, but it was just too much to handle. And so ultimately the Young Bucks and Takeshita will win. They did a triple EVP trigger, followed by the Raging Fire from Takeshita on O'Reilly to seal the deal. After the match, Swerve, Strickland, and Will Ospreay would attack them from behind, and they brawled with them and sent them running off. And so they basically reiterated their challenge to the Young Bucks to put their AVP titles on the line. And Matt Jackson pretty much, Young Bucks pretty much refused. And basically they were saying, so Swerve and Will, they were basically saying that they don't want to get the EVP titles themselves, no, like, because they don't trust themselves with the power. However, they wanted it back to the fans. And then basically the real true boss was, Tony Khan. And so Matt and Nick Jackson, they was like, nah, we not giving you this match. But Will Ospreay is like, all right, because they was like, what do we get out of it if we win, right? And so Will Ospreay was like, all right, I'll tell you what, we will like, if we lose, we will not fight for the world the world championship for a whole year. Either me or Strickland, we will not be fighting for a championship all year. And so the Young Bucks is like, oh shit, all right. But Swerve looked at him and was like, oh no, bro, like, nah. I don't know about this one, bro. Like, you talking, you going a little bit too far here, man. Like, I want this AEW World Championship. What is going through your mind right now? But eventually Swerve will get on board, and they agreed to the match. And so, man, we got some high stakes going on here, man. And so I do like the chemistry between the Young Bucks and Takeshita, like them as a team. It's pretty solid, as well as them and Okada. And so who knows? This could be a new version of the Elite coming up, but we'll see what happens down the road. Can't wait for All In Texas. Next up, we had another Heroes versus Villains match. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay, ironically, they went against La Facción and Ingobernable. I don't know. I guess that's how you say that. So yeah, they continue to argue over the new stipulation prior to this match, but eventually they got on the same page when it mattered the most. La Facción and Ingobernable simply they couldn't hang with these cats, man. They couldn't hang with him, man. So eventually, Will Ospreay hit the Drilistico. He hit Drilistico for Styles Clash, and then the house call. Well, yeah. So they did their moves both on Drilistico. So the Styles Clash and the house call for the win. So yeah, this is not too much was going on in this match. It was pretty damn near a squash match, to be honest with you. And so good little solid win for Swerve and Ospreay heading into All In. And so next up we had let's see here. We had our main event. We had Okada versus Ibushi. That's how you say his name. Ibushi, man, we know that these first time these two have fought since 2021. I believe the event was it G1 Climax 31 Finals in 2021. And so yeah, these guys locked it up again, man. Ibushi didn't hold back in his first match against Okada in all these years. And afterwards, see here. Kota would, the match itself was pretty solid. These two, we know what they bring to the table. So it was a crazy, crazy match. But Okada would eventually get the upper hand and get the victory. After the match, Rocky Romero and Lance Archer would threaten to do more damage to Ibushi, but Kenny Omega will come out there to make the save with a steel chair. Eventually, Ciampa will come out there to threaten Kenny Omega, but Ibushi will recover in enough time to save Kenny Omega and set up a powerbomb neckbreaker combo. I guess they call them the Golden Lovers. They hugged and held the ring to end the show, and so that's pretty much how the 300th episode of AEW Dynamite would end. So yeah, pretty solid show all around, man. A lot of major action-packed show. Got some early drama to start off the show with Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. Like I said, I loved the moment when he gave Marina Shafir a buckshot lariat. It was awesome. It was so awesome. So yeah, man, I cannot wait for All In Texas. I hope y'all tune in as well. I think, man, that whole weekend is like a whole bunch of shit going on. I'm gonna miss a lot because I got fraternity stuff. My fraternity chapter is 50th anniversary banquet is at night, so I'm missing a lot of wrestling. But it is what it is. But I'll catch up. When I can, I'll try to watch it on my phone on the slick side. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. This has been your All Elite Recap show. Thanks for all who's going to be tuning in once this gets uploaded. Thank you all who has been liking, sharing, and subscribing to the podcast, the WeBook It podcast. Like I said, we're on all social media platforms. We're on YouTube. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So I'll continue to get the word out and keep supporting us. Get that algorithm set up. And so, last but not least, keep those booking pencils sharp. Keep on booking. Peace.